Have you ever stopped to wonder if the reality around you is something that simply exists, or something you actively influence? This question, which seems philosophical at first glance, has deep roots in modern science. Beyond mere contemplation, scientists and philosophers alike have delved into the idea that our perception shapes what we call reality. From birth, we are taught to believe that the world operates in fixed terms. The laws of nature, societal rules, everything seems predetermined. But upon closer inspection, science begins to unveil a universe that is far more fluid and full of possibilities than we ever imagined. It's as though we are participants in shaping this reality, often without realizing it. What happens when we stop being mere spectators and recognize ourselves as active participants? This is the central premise of this video. We will explore a perspective that combines science, philosophy, and existential questions to reveal how understanding certain fundamental principles can transform not only how we live, but also the very world we inhabit. Prepare yourself for a journey that challenges our most basic notions. What seems solid may be an illusion, and what we consider impossible may be closer than we think. If that sounds intriguing, wait until we uncover what quantum physics has to say about reality and the role of the self as its creator. Imagine a universe where things are not as they seem. Classical physics taught us that everything is predictable. Objects follow fixed and unchanging rules. But on the subatomic level, where quantum physics reigns, the story is very different. Particles don't have defined positions until they are observed. In other words, the mere presence of an observer alters reality. One of the most famous experiments demonstrating this is the double-slit experiment. It revealed that particles of light can behave either as waves or as particles, depending on how they are observed. It's as if matter itself chooses its behavior based on who's watching. This experiment turns our understanding of reality upside down. If the behavior of particles is influenced by observation, it raises an even bigger question. What role does consciousness play in this process? Could it be that by observing the world, we are actually shaping how it presents itself? We're not just witnessing reality, we're participating in its creation. This concept isn't just scientific, it opens the door to profound reflections. If science tells us the universe responds to interaction, what does that mean for our role as conscious beings? Perhaps we are more than just pieces on the cosmic board. This idea invites us to explore not only science, but also the philosophical implications of a universe where the observer is part of the system. Quantum physics offers something extraordinary. Reality is not fixed, it's malleable. The universe is not merely what's out there, but also what we perceive and interact with. This realization leads us from science to philosophy, where the question, what is real, takes on entirely new meanings. If quantum physics shows us that reality is malleable, nihilistic philosophy reminds us that the meaning we assign to it is often our own creation. At first glance, nihilism may seem bleak. The idea that the universe has no inherent purpose can feel overwhelming, but it also offers something liberating, the opportunity to create meaning for ourselves. Imagine the universe as a blank canvas. Nihilism argues that no predetermined design exists. This absence of meaning can be intimidating, stripping away the comfort of a greater purpose guiding everything. However, this freedom is also an invitation. If nothing is fixed, anything is possible. In this sense, reality becomes not just what we observe, but also what we choose to believe. Philosopher Albert Camus explored this idea in the myth of Sisyphus, where a man is condemned to endlessly push a boulder uphill. For Camus, the acceptance of this absurdity is not despair, but creative rebellion. He suggests that we can find beauty and purpose even in seemingly meaningless tasks. This is the paradox of nihilism. By embracing the void, we gain the power to fill it with our own creations. When we connect this to quantum physics, an interesting synergy emerges. If the universe is shaped by the observer, and meaning is not given but constructed, nihilism and science complement one another. Both lead us to the same conclusion. Reality is a blend of what exists outside us and what we create within ourselves. The quantum law of being arises at this intersection. It proposes that we are free to shape reality both physically and existentially. In the next chapter, we'll explore how to apply this idea in practical terms, transforming our internal world and, by extension, the external one. If you are an active participant in creating reality, how does this play out in everyday life? The quantum law of being suggests that our intentions, thoughts, and actions directly shape how the world manifests around us. This isn't about magic, but about understanding how our consciousness interacts with reality on a profound level. Quantum physics teaches us that the observer influences the outcome. On a personal level, this means as our beliefs and thought patterns shape our perception. For instance, if you believe something is impossible, your brain filters information to confirm that belief. This isn't just philosophy. Neuroscience explains it as the reticular activating system, a mechanism that helps focus on what we consider relevant. Take gratitude as an example. Studies reveal that cultivating positive thoughts creates new neural pathways that reinforce optimism and resilience. This doesn't just change how we feel, it alters how we perceive opportunities and challenges. Thus, the quantum law of being goes beyond the mind. It reshapes the reality we inhabit. Intentions also play a critical role. When you set a clear goal and act consistently, it's like sending a signal to the universe. Once seen as metaphysical, this idea now finds support in psychology and even quantum theory, where intention and action are deeply intertwined. But the quantum law of being isn't just about transforming the external world. It starts within you, reshaping how you think, feel, and respond. As you change internally, your external reality reflects that transformation, creating a cycle where the self and the world grow together. In the next chapter, we'll dive into the existential implications of this law, exploring how creating your reality ties into the pursuit of purpose and interconnected meaning. When we understand that we are creators of our reality, the first question that arises is, if I can shape the world, what do I want to create? This question transcends superficial desires. It prompts us to reflect on purpose and meaning in a universe where the self wields both power and responsibility. The quantum law of being is more than a tool for altering perception. It's an invitation to reassess existence itself. If meaning isn't something given but something constructed, we bear the freedom and the weight of deciding what truly matters. This might seem overwhelming, but it's also profoundly liberating. In a quantum universe, the only real limits are those we impose on ourselves. This freedom, however, comes with a paradox. If we are creators of our reality, what happens when our choices clash with those of others? This question reminds us that while we are individuals, we are also interconnected. Our decisions, thoughts, and actions ripple through a larger system, affecting not only our lives, but also those around us. The quantum law of being challenges us to look beyond individualism. It encourages us to see the collective impact of our choices. Purpose, then, is not just personal, but shared. In a quantum universe where everything is interwoven, creating a better reality for ourselves inherently means contributing to a better world for others. This perspective leads to a powerful conclusion. Life's meaning isn't discovered, it's created. In the next chapter, we'll bring all these ideas together, reflecting on how the quantum law of being can be a practical guide for transforming not just how we see the world, but how we live within it. We've arrived at the core idea. If the universe is shaped by our perceptions, intentions, and actions, what does it reflect about you? The quantum law of being has shown us that reality is not fixed, but a mirror that responds to who we are and what we do. To change the world, we must begin by changing ourselves. Let's revisit the journey. Science reveals a universe that is interactive, where the observer influences the observed. Nihilistic philosophy reminds us that meaning isn't something handed to us. It's something we construct. Finally, the existential implications challenge us to see our actions as ripples that extend far beyond the self. Together, these insights lead to one inevitable conclusion. Reality is malleable, and you are the sculptor. So, how do we apply this in our lives? It starts with small yet profound steps. Questioning limiting beliefs, setting clear intentions, and aligning our actions with the values we want to see reflected in the world. It's not about controlling everything, because part of the universe's beauty lies in its mystery, but about becoming conscious of what we can influence. What makes the quantum law of being so transformative is its simplicity. It doesn't require understanding all the complexities of the cosmos, but asks us to grasp our role within it. The universe isn't just a place where we live. It's, in many ways, an extension of who we are. The ultimate question remains, what are you projecting into it today? I leave you with this final reflection. Reality changes when you change yourself. This journey is yours, but its impact resonates far beyond. After all, the universe is as much about you as you are about it. Creation is infinite. The next step? That's in your hands.